Puddles in the morning, puddles in the evening, puddles in the afternoon. Well, I'm a puddle boy and she's a puddle girl. The Puddles podcast is starting real soon.
Welcome to Puddles. It's your host, Andrew Collin, joined by my co-host,
Brenna.
What's going on out there? Puddlehead, moist head, soakers, super soakers, wet as can be, opposite of hard,
Ooh, soft.
liquid fires,
Soft boys.
drenched puddles. Oh, man. What? We have a story for y'all. I kind of want to go right into it. I don't think we established this story here. I think we established it on Patreon, so I think we need to give a little bit of context.
Okay.
You know the story I'm going in?
I do.
Okay, so I don't know what time it was at. I was out. It was maybe 11 o'clock at night. I check my Instagram, and I see Brenna has an Instagram story up, and she rarely posts Instagram stories late at night. So I'm like, what's going on over here? And there's like 3 or 4, and I'm like, okay, she's having a mental breakdown. I don't know. Maybe you're posting some kind of weird skincare product that is from Zimbabwe.
Dude, I always get super
Cat got your tongue? Mango got your tongue? Inspired when I leave?
Late at night when I'm like, I gotta get my shit together. And instead of being the person that's like, starting tomorrow, I'm like, I'm gonna do it all right now and then forget about it tomorrow.
So I noticed this, and I see Brenna starts posting videos of a cat, and I look a little closer. I don't have to look that close because this cat was disgusting. But it wasn't Mango. It was a stray cat that you started to feed. How did you see this? You heard it outside the door?
I heard meowing that wasn't Mango's. And I was like, what is this? And it's like my dream for a cat to just show up and need my help. So I obviously looked outside, and there was just this little kitty meowing at our door. So I fed her for a few nights. She kept coming back. Took her to the vet after a few days, got her microchip scanned. The microchip company, got in touch with the owner to let them know that, I took her in, found her.
Yeah, and this cat has continuously shown up.
Yes.
Like for days.
So I was thinking that this cat needed my help.
And you thought the cat was pregnant.
I did, but
you were sure of it, actually.
Now we know she's just...
Wait. Whoa, don't give away the... we don't know.
Okay. Whatever. So anyways... So I thought she was pregnant. I just wanted to make sure she was okay and had an owner. So I took her back home after I got her scanned, and the owner got in touch with me late that night. Like, they got a hold of her. She didn't message me for hours and hours. Hey, do you have my cat? I said, I don't have it, but she's been coming back and forth, for a few days. I've been feeding her. I wanted to make sure she had a home because she seems hungry.
Yeah, but you said a joke to her. You said
if she's looking a little bit more plump than usual, it's because I've been feeding her.
Which is a nice thing to say to someone, that you're taking care of their cat.
Yeah.
There was no thank you.
She didn't say, she didn't
write
respond
anything
to me, nothing. Just, do you have my cat?
No acknowledgement whatsoever. No thank you. No, I appreciate you taking it to the vet and checking out the chip. It was literally like, oh yeah, it must have escaped from the porch. I let it out by the porch.
Yeah, sometimes she gets out.
Very cold.
Was out for day. Like, then she started showing up in the morning. I put a little house out there, and she was staying in the house and like sleeping in there, eating all the food. So I was like, I don't know if she's taking really good care of this cat.
Brenna was like so surprised every time. Huh?
Is this Echo for the Patreon listeners?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
This is an Echo.
No, it's another one. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, for the Patreon listeners. This is for the people that listen on Patreon. Yeah. It is Echo. So Echo, who I think you named Echo, or
I named her. No. Her name is actually Echo. I named her Scout. Yeah, because she's like a Girl Scout.
Yeah. Yeah. So Scout keeps
and she looks like one of those cookies
coming back. The owner's obviously neglectful, doesn't seem to have a sense of humor, doesn't seem to be kind, just lets this cat go. The cat seems to kind of like being out and about. I think it hits up probably 15 different houses for 25 different meals. And So we're debating. Brenna is kind of having conversations about whether or not we should keep the cat. That Mango should have a friend. That was before you got in touch. Before you got in touch with her. So then we're like, all right, we can't take this cat. It's obviously have an owner. And we kind of forgot about it. We kind of gave up, but it kept showing up.
No, it stopped showing up for like 2 days, and we were
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
that, oh, okay, she's fine, whatever. She's back home.
So I'm sitting there, I'm outside in the yard, and our neighbor who doesn't have an animal, who is in fashion, little goth, always seems too cool for us, never really says hello, but like looks at us like we're white trash because we're in the middle house that's a little bit smaller than their house, I guess. But they always like just look at us like we're generic and basic. Maybe I'm projecting.
I think you're projecting.
Or maybe just me.
Because they're just fashionable.
Yeah, they're very fashionable.
I don't really think like...
They're like if a chai tea was a person. And we're just... I don't know. I feel like whatever. I'm Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
She's like if like black eyeliner was a person.
Yeah.
Or like a winged liner.
Or a cat. So she walks up. I rarely talk to her. I see that she has an animal bag. I'm like, oh, she got an animal. That's nice because Mango maybe can play with it.
Yeah, well, you were in the backyard, so you forgot to mention that.
No, I said I was in the backyard.
Okay.
So anyhow, what? What's the big deal?
Just keep going.
So I look in their bag, and I see that it's a cat. And so I'm extremely excited because Mango can have a friend. And I look closer through the screen, and it is Echo or Scout, whatever you want to name it. And she has this cat now in a fucking cage. And I go, she's like, oh, I adopted this cat. I go, you adopt? She's like, well, we found it. It's always coming by. So she took the cat.
Well, she did the same thing I did.
She took it to the vet.
Yeah.
The cat had fleas. This cat has maybe been inside here. So
she spent $1,000 on the cat at the vet, got her all cleaned up. She's going to get her fixed, put an Apple AirTag on her, really just cleaned her up, got her all spruced up, ready to be an inside cat. And we intercept saying, oh, that's so weird. That cat was showing up at our place, and we were talking to the owner. Like, she definitely has an owner. And she was like, well, what a shitty owner. And I was like, yeah, I agree. I told her everything, the backstory. And then she said, well, what do you think I should do? Should I keep it? And I was
well,
like,
she ran the chip. She ran the chip too, and the owner didn't show up.
Yeah, didn't show up, but I ran the chip and the owner did. And I was like, yeah, you should keep it. Like, if you're, the cat is obviously not in good hands. I'm not thinking too hard about it because this girl has a million cats running around. I know who it is. She always has you can't say that that's your cat just because you took it home from the shelter and then let it roam free with fleas. It's so fucked up.
So fucked up.
So I'm like, fuck it, keep that cat.
Keep the cat.
She obviously wants to be inside. She was trying to get into our place. She may or may not have been in here, wanted to make a home here. So I said, whatever, just let it be. Keep her if you're gonna take good care of her. Which she is. We see her in the window all the time. Her and Mango have stare-offs, which is really cute. So we're thinking all is well. The owner reaches out to me 2 weeks after this girl's had this cat and is like, hey, Echo hasn't been around for a few weeks. Have you
seen the cat?
Have you seen her? And I said, no, sorry, I haven't.
We see it every night. Every night before we go to bed, we go, good night, Echo. We look out our window and there's fucking Echo every single night and living a whole new life, an indoor cat. This cat was never inside.
You can see in the window, she's got a little place to lay down in the window. She's got toys. She has her cute little collar on. I was like, oh my God.
Part of me does look though in the window and I think it would love to be outdoors a little bit.
All
I think
cats would, but it's for their own good is that they're not, at least in this neighborhood.
Well, I also think the girl put an AirTag on it, and I also think she thinks it's going to run back to its other house because the other house, let's be honest, is we could see it from our house. So we're right in the middle of this fucking cat lady wondering where her cat is that she doesn't take care of that had fleas, and the new owner who treats this cat like it's worth $1 million. So then we tell them no. We kind of feel a little bad. Part of us wants to say something, right? A little bit but
whatever. It's said and done. So let's continue. What?
Well, I think part of it is we don't want to be caught in a lie because she'll see us, and who knows? Maybe she has a big.
I'm so glad I
husband.
never told her where we live because what if she came back here and then she would.
That's
see
what I'm
the
saying,
cat.
and then she would connect it.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what we look like.
No.
All right, so we would have been fine.
Well, she doesn't know what I look like.
Oh, because you met her, but she was hammered.
I met her years, like months and months ago when Mango ran away, and I gave her my phone number. So when she went to text me saying like, "Hey, this is your neighbor," I was already a saved contact in her phone. Yeah, so she does know what I look like. So she does know. Yeah.
So we were worried about that a little bit too, getting caught.
So
all that to be said, yeah.
Do you want to say it?
Go for it.
No, you say it.
We were on a run. We were on a run this morning. And we look up, and there's a photo of Echo on a pole.
On 4 poles, one posted on the gate where the girl lives. Literally,
it's less than our neighbor. If she ever walks outside, I don't know if she leaves her apartment because she's goth, but she...
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
I turned around. We were standing at the corner, and I turned around and went, like, so it's a fucking big-ass picture.
And guess how much they reward?
$500 reward.
$500. So we're like, but the girl already knows that we didn't. We told her we don't know where it is, or at least you did.
I did. So if we decided we wanted to cash in, Andrew could text her and be like, "Hey, I'm neighbors with this person who has a cat that looks like it." So
that will cover the tacos and nachos.
I know. I want to go to her. I go, how about 1,000? And I'll tell you where your cat is.
Totally.
Dude, that's what we did to for our parking spot.
My parking spot. Sorry, Cole.
Sorry, Cole. Love you.
Got him for $1,500.
So,
anyhow. So yeah. So right now, this literally happened this morning. That's why it's such a fresh story.
So what do we do?
So there's just so much.
What do we do? It's like a question of morals. It's so fucked up. Or like, whose well-being do you care about more? Because this cat has a better life.
But we could really use $500.
But Andrew goes, you know what she should do? We should tell her their signs and then advise her, why don't you let the cat out and almost like let the cat choose? Like if the cat goes back home or if the cat comes back to her.
Give the cat a decision.
In a few months, like, you know what I mean?
Give the cat a decision.
Yeah.
But
what do you think, Mel?
The only other thing, though, before we go to... I think if we tell her where the cat... at the sign, then she gets the reward. She'll get the reward. Does she get the reward then if we point her to the sign? And then she did spend $1,000, so maybe she does deserve 500 of it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think we're in a dilemma here. I think because you wrote her before, it might be tough.
I can't say anything. I almost am just like, should we just stay out of it?
I know.
What are you gonna say?
What do you think, Mel?
At this point, it's the money or the cat.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, you took care of it. You took care of the cat situation. You don't necessarily need to get involved again. You took care of its well-being, whatever. If you tell her about it, you deserve a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And she should negotiate to get the full amount of the vet bills.
She should.
Here's the other problem.
But she's going to just let it right back out. That's what I think. I think the cat's just going to get fleas again.
I mean, it'd be unbelievable if the day she pays $500, Echo is back over here eating our churro. But here's the other thing that I don't think we're thinking about. If we tell the girl that we know where the cat is, our neighbor, who is a little scary, will hate us even more than she does already. And then we have to deal with that for $500. But yeah, because who else would know the cat? Because she doesn't let the cat out.
Don't deal with the crazy woman again who let the cat out in the first place. Deal with you can tell this girl, but don't involve that other woman again. Because that's just going to lead to like, then you're in the middle of it. If you just tell them, the girl, and back off,
it's gonna be
get
interesting.
a percentage on the money.
When we told her about the cat having an owner, she like almost didn't get defensive, but was just like, like almost like ignored.
Yeah, well, she was like, well, I mean, I just spent $1,000. Like, I'll give it back. But I was like, I mean.
She didn't ask for her number from you. She knew that you had the number.
Last time I saw her, she goes, have you had a text from that girl? And I told her no, because she hadn't yet.
Oh.
She hadn't texted me yet because it was like a week later.
But now there's signs.
But the next time I see her, I think I might say like, hey, just so you know, the owner did reach out to me. Have you seen those signs?
Or maybe yeah.
Oh,
That's
you know
probably
what
the
we
right
could
thing to do.
We could take the sign and put it on our gate so she'll see it.
Why don't we make T-shirts out of it? That would be the new merch. That should be the new Puddles merch.
Shut the fuck up. We should.
I'll send you the photo.
We should.
All right, that's the new Puddles merch. Look out for it in stores. It's going to be the picture of Echo with $500.
Dude, here's the thing.
That is savage.
I
If we
know
make
this
$500
is a teeny tiny
off of it-
podcast. I know this is a teeny tiny podcast.
Whoa, what? What?
But in comparison to other podcasts, but it is a small world, and I'm scared that this is going to get back to the owner.
Yeah.
That's why we've been keeping it on Patreon. But,
That's a good point.
you know, listen, if that's the case and you hear this message, you do owe us $500, and we'll tell you where your cat is.
And buy a T-shirt. Come in the store
and you
soon.
have to buy some merch.
Dude, that's such a good idea. Turn a negative into a positive. Look, I don't know what to do exactly. I think everyone is probably saying, don't tell the bitch that gave her fleas and let her out. Just let her. But if the sign next week is $1,000, like if it goes up in price, I'm just telling. I don't
Here's
care.
my thing. This was a month ago. It took you a month to finally put up signs of your cat. That tells me that that's probably how often you saw your cat. Because she texted me 2 weeks later, right?
Also, you weren't feeding it or taking care of it, so that's why you have $500 to spend.
Yeah, you should have used the $500 on Echo, and maybe she would be home.
Yeah, maybe she would love you if you fucking... Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It is a fucking weird dilemma, and I feel it now, especially with the sign that we're in between this.
The sign, I think, made us realize that she cares a little bit more than we thought.
Yeah.
But...
Or maybe Echo is like a rare breed that we don't know about that's actually like worth $40,000.
She's a tortoiseshell. She's literally all of them mixed together. Not rare at all.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, that $500. I mean, we have a nacho bar at our wedding. We could use the $500. Let's be honest, you know?
Yeah, it would be nice.
We do got that nacho bar.
We could add it to our joint account that we just opened.
Oh, my God. So Brenna and I go to Bank of America. They make you, if you have to do anything that doesn't involve a debit card, you need an appointment. You can't just do it at the teller. So we went, we were finally responsible, and they gave us an appointment for the next day.
Almost forgot the appointment.
Almost forget the appointment, of course. But we feel so adult. When me and Brenna do like something like this, we think we're like the most like responsible people. We do one thing. And we're like, ooh, joint account.
Wow, it's all done. Everything we needed to do as an adult after
we're
we
done.
did one thing. We did it.
We're done. We did it. So,
how do you feel about sharing an account with me?
I mean, you started setting up rules yesterday.
No, I tried to actually set up. I was surprised because normally Andrew's a little bit more restrictive with money than me. And I was like,
you can say Jewish.
And I was like, what is our limit, right? Because everybody has a limit where it's like, if you spend this much money, then you should talk to your partner about it before whatever. And I was like, you know, what do you think the limit is? We should just save this account for like specific things. And Andrew was like, if you need to go buy a mascara, what is a mascara, $64?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it is. If you need to go buy a mascara, you can buy a mascara. And I said, okay.
Yeah, you can think mascara's for $60.
I said, actually, you know what? It is $64. Yes.
I just like I get it. It's like wedding money, but I also think like,
well, it's like it's going to start out as wedding money,
Yes.
but we're gonna have that account forever.
yeah, I feel like we're
Hopefully.
you're gonna go to Reformation and I'm gonna go to the golf store and we're gonna be broke within a week. But other than that, so Brenna starts setting up rules like, look, we can't go into it if we're gonna spend over $22. We have to have a serious conversation and a sit down. And then I look down at Starbucks today, and she has my credit card in her Starbucks, and she's been buying Starbucks like she's been paying for it for me. So I don't know. There's a little hypocritical stuff happening in our accounts. But we got a joint account.
Dude, you've never noticed my app says, "Good morning, Andrew." You've never noticed that.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was something you wrote in. Dude, the best too is when we were waiting, we had an appointment at 12:30, and there was a mom and a son there, and the lady walks in, and she goes, who has an appointment next? And the lady who had such a fucking like weird I killed Dalmatians face, like she had like makes spells, and she's like, it's us.
Yeah, and she gets up and goes in the office, and Andrew and I are just sitting out there like, what do we do?
Because we knew she didn't have an appointment.
Yeah.
I just felt it, and then I heard the lady go, "You don't have an appointment. You have to go."
Yeah, she said, "Go out there and sit down." Yeah.
And you don't have an appointment. Oh, and it felt so good.
Instant gratification. Instant.
That's what happens when you're an adult. You set up appointments.
You have an appointment.
You have a fucking appointment. So we went in there. She owned the cat, so she treated us good.
Oh my God. She was in such a bad mood when we first sat down, and then Andrew just saw photos of her cat behind her desk.
What if it was Echo?
Shut the
Well, I guess we're here at the bank. You could just take out that 500 real quick, because I know exactly.
I'll just have you. Why don't you just do a direct transfer right into the joint account? Would you? Would you have?
Yes. It would have been too serendipitous. Tough word.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
So
Anyhow.
funny.
Goddamn. Dude, it was just, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, so now we have a joint account, and we'll see what happens. People do it. Brenna was like, "This is the start. Isn't this so beautiful?"
I was like, this is so cute.
It's so cute. And then cut to like 7 months, and we both are spending money out of it. And oh, fuck, how could you? We should have never done this.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think that we have conversations enough that it's like not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Neither one of us are going to go out and buy a Nissan, We're not going to go and buy a Pathfinder. Or a fucking...
A Fiat.
A Fiat.
A 2011 Fiat.
Yeah, 2011 Fiat with a
what
spoiler.
If you do give me a little Fiat?
I could see you in a Fiat.
No? Oh, that's such an insult.
I know. It's supposed to be. I don't know. We still play Punch Buggy, which is insane.
Yeah.
Our wedding planner had a meltdown on Instagram recently.
Yeah.
And
we wonder if it has anything to do with us.
With the nacho bar. She was full crying on Instagram stories, and obviously we feel bad, and
we hope she's okay.
We're just hoping our save the dates were sent,
yeah.
but
because nobody has gotten them. They were
no one
sent a week
got
and a half ago,
allegedly. Brenna goes, "When did you send them?" She goes, "Last week," or like, "No, what day?"
I texted her today, and I said, because she told me she sent them out a week and a half ago, and I was like, no one's gotten them, not even the people in the same town that they were sent out of. So I was like, hey, I said, "Hi!" ! Just wondering when the save the dates went out. And she just said last week, period. That's it.
Which is kind of passive aggressive.
So passive aggressive.
Maybe she finally heard the podcast.
That's what I'm like scared of.
No, but then she wrote a nice
because she's
email.
like nice, but she's also professional. So
also, we weren't that mean about. Have we been that mean about her? I mean,
no, you just point out specific things.
Yeah.
But then you bring it up with her.
It's fine. It's gonna work out. I just want her to save a date to save a date. You know what I mean? To send save a dates. They need to get out there, because my mom keeps going, "Where's my save a date? Where is it?" And I'm like, "Mom, it's coming."
She's not the only one.
I know.
Everybody. But the thing is it's like we tried.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing about being an adult, when you try and nothing happens. There's nothing worse than trying.
Well, we probably should have sent out save the dates a little bit longer ago, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
Whatever, it'll work out. And if it doesn't, we always have more nachos for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a friend. She invited 125 people to her wedding, and only 30% of them are coming.
Oh my God.
Or so, tentatively like 40 something. Yeah. Yeah, 30%. Isn't
Damn.
that insane?
Is it a destination wedding?
It's in Colorado. Isn't that crazy? 40 people.
Well, that might be destination though, equivalent to it.
It's in September.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be a blessing in a way.
That's what I told her. I was like, it's going to be a perfect day. You're going to be so happy it's not going to matter. And like, it's intimate and cheaper.
And the people that go really want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you could say that.
Exactly.
Or their family and they feel like they have to. And they don't even want to
Well,
be
she
there.
was talking about how like people were complaining to her about like like she made her wedding expensive. Which I was like, it's no different than any other wedding, first of all. Like, she's having a very, like, traditional wedding.
Mm-hmm.
She's not, like, I don't know. It's just, like, nothing out of the ordinary. And I was like, first of all, it's, like, everybody's budgets are different. But it's so weird for people to bring that up to you. And she was like, yeah. And it's not even my friends. It's, like, family. I was like, fuck that.
Damn.
Family just brings out the fuck. Like, I mean, what? I don't know. Some people suck. Most people suck.
On that note, we'll be back. All right, welcome back. All right, what do we got in snooze, Mel?
All right, this one might not be interesting for you, Andrew, but Brenna, this is for you.
Perfect.
The smallest man who ever lived, Maddie Healy, is engaged to pop singer influencer Gabriette Bechtel. I've never heard of her.
No eyebrows, this girl.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. They've been only together since September, 2 months after him and Taylor cut cords. Is this like oh no, she's with the most famous person ever, like I have to get married before she can? Or is this just like he wants to go 10 years younger?
I think Maddie Healy's a fucking creep.
Me
and
too.
He wants to get those young tits flopped in his face.
He's a rap boy.
I get it, Matt.
So her engagement ring.
Do you think that Taylor shamed him so much into getting engaged because he's like, I'll show you that I'm actually a decent person.
Or it's the taxi light or cab theory.
What's the cab theory?
It's like basically a guy will have like basically until his like cab light goes on. It's just like it doesn't matter who's in the car, but his light is on.
So it's a timing thing.
So it's like it's a timing thing. It's like that's what they say. Everybody says about guys, basically. Like, oh, guys they could have married anybody, but if their cab light wasn't on, then you know.
Damn.
Which is so fucking savage. Let me read it to you. The taxi cab theory comes from the 3rd season of series Sex and the City. Miranda explains her theory about men and their approach to dating and commitment. She says men are like cabs. Hold on, it's loading. Sorry.
I wonder if
she says
if there was no way he was going to go to someone. Well, no one's more famous than Taylor Swift. But someone that was more famous than him, he was never doing that again.
Men are like cabs. When they're available, their light goes on. They wake up one day and they decide they're ready to settle down, have babies, whatever, and they turn their light on. The next woman they pick up, boom, that's the one they'll marry.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's true love is what we think.
And I'm sure it's like, oh, she's younger, whatever, and her aesthetic is very like Maddie Healy coded, you know, like she kind of is like she's
it's kind
so
of
normal looking, like she's like a thin white girl who's like just a little bit grungy, but I'm like, you're not actually like that interesting. Like that's the most interesting thing about you is your aesthetic, you know?
Yeah, I think she looks really abnormal.
Yeah.
I feel like what Taylor said about him, like writing on a typewriter just to write on it, and like being at the Chelsea Hotel. This girl gives off the aesthetic that she's trying so hard, and he tries so hard. So I think through trying so hard, they have found each other.
Okay, they're only 8 years apart.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing, you know?
Coming from us.
Yeah.
What do you think about the the cab theory?
I think there's a lot to that theory. I think it comes with women though too. What? I'm being honest. I wasn't ready. That doesn't matter.
You've been watching way too much Sex in the City around him.
True.
No, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't like.
It doesn't.
Timing
what
is
doesn't
timing
matter?
is of course something I think we're living in a fantasy world if we're like, nope, it was just because the person was completely perfect. It would timing. If we met when I was 22 and you were 4.
Oh my God.
Or 6. It would be different.
I don't think so. I do not.
You think if
so.
I was 22 and you were 6?
Okay, if we were both 22.
Yes.
I'm saying, obviously with us, it's a timing thing more than anything. But I'm saying, like, I think what stood out is the way that we cared for each other.
For sure.
And I don't.
That's not saying, though, that the timing. I'm not saying that. You could have both.
Yeah.
It's not as hot or romantic.
Yeah, but if I
guess.
wasn't. You have said specifically, like, when we started dating, you thought you would never get married.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I get it, but
I would say for me, it's not as high of a percentage of just like.
Which is why I was dating you, by the way.
It's
like,
because I
great.
said I couldn't. Yeah.
Now, fucking here we are. We got a wedding planner who hates us.
You wanted to marry me before I fucking even ordered the goddamn fucking stuff. Hummus.
No, I didn't.
When you were walking up late, by the way.
Always.
That was
And you're
foreshadowing.
early. Don't be early to a date. Well, actually, that's sweet, but not.
Brenna's so late all the time. All the time. Damn it. The other day. But then we get there and we're so
And then we'll still be late. We showed up 10 minutes. Okay. We go to a premiere party. Starts at 7. Doors open at 7. That doesn't mean the premiere is at, like, that they're sitting people down for the show at 7. And I'm like, first of all, it's Los Angeles. They're like Brazilians. Nobody shows up on time. 7 o'clock means 8 o'clock in Los Angeles, especially like for a nighttime premiere party on a rooftop bar patio.
Yeah.
We get there at 7:10, and Andrew and the Uber there, he was acting so weird, and I was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Nothing. I don't like being late, and you just like always do this." I was like, "I'm really sorry. I was just putting on my makeup. I was trying to rush." We're the first people there. 7:10.
Trying to rush?
It's very sweet.
It was a 7 o'clock premiere. We were in bed at 2 p.m. We had 5 hours. She had 5 hours to get ready for this.
And I got ready an hour before. But I'm saying,
I have trouble.
I think it's really respectful that you do show up on time everywhere, but you don't get it. Like, you don't need to be on time.
Look, I was very good today.
For those types of things.
I thought I read somewhere for the premiere that, get there because I thought I read that.
Well, Andrew, you also showed up to the airport a day before your actual flight once before. So do we really believe anything you read?
I don't know.
I should probably be double checking everything for every event we ever go to.
That's not early. That's just getting your days wrong. I didn't go. My flight's at 11. I got to get there.
That's what I'm saying. And you read it incorrectly.
Yeah. I leave the oven on.
Yeah. I was telling you.
I lost my headphones. I put them in the garbage.
Yeah.
I turned on
Andrew loses. If he uses my headphones, I know they're going to get lost. He finds them. The next day, his headphones are out of the case. Mango notoriously eats like things with silicone. So I'm always like, put your headphones away. Put your headphones away. They're out on the counter. I put them on Andrew's chest and I go, you want to put these away? I'm not going to do it. Put them away.
You could have.
And the next morning, what'd you say?
Nothing.
The next morning, Andrew's behind me. What?
I said you could have. You go, I can't put these away.
That's
I go,
not
you
the point.
That is the
That
point.
when
No,
I got
you're
a
like
parking
putting-
ticket and you wouldn't pay it for me and you paid it or you made me pay
your
it.
8th parking ticket?
I actually haven't paid it yet.
I know.
Wait,
Trust me.
You're holding on me. I'm gonna pay it with our joint account.
You better talk to me first.
Pay it with the money that you get from
Cat.
cat.
Okay, but anyways, what I'm saying is his headphones the next morning. What do you know? They're gone. We spend fucking an hour looking for them. Andrew finally realizes he can play the sound on them.
Like, where's the sound coming from?
We couldn't figure it out. He opens up the trash. He fucking threw them away.
Mango threw him away. Echo did.
I made him apologize to Mango.
I did feel bad.
I was like, that's so rude.
I did blame Mango for it, and he didn't deserve it. And yeah, they were right on top there. And yeah, I guess.
But I was saying to a friend the other day in front of you, Taylor, I was like, you know, Andrew is going to be such a good dad. Like you just love doing things like going outside and playing sports, and you're just very loving. But like at the same time, I'm also scared that you're going to burn down the house. I was like, he'll burn down the house. The baby he'll get the baby, but the house might burn down.
Yeah, but we'll have a good time.
But he'll make a good time out of it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get more responsible. Probably not.
I think the only way to do that is if we get you on an Adderall prescription, because it's not your fault. Part of it isn't your fault. It's
Dude, your
diagnosis. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How is that patronizing? You have a medical condition. It's okay if you need.
You have a medical condition that leaves your plates 10 feet away from the goddamn sink every single time. You just put your. We don't have a washer dryer. Or a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher, which I said I would do, but you put a plate.
I take advantage of it.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
you just agreed.
But
yeah. All right, what's the next story?
On another note, Golden Bachelor star, I don't remember if it was Jerry or Gary. I feel like it was Gary Turner, officially finalized his divorce from Teresa Nist after 3 months of marriage. Celebrities are known to have messy divorces, and some of them really short, like Kim Kardashian was married to Chris Humphries for 72 days, which is my favorite of all time. What are your favorite celebrity divorces or short-term
So wait, that was the
marriage?
recent guy with the blonde hair? The
gray hair?
Or whatever?
Yeah.
Like the most recent
Yeah,
Bachelor?
the old guy, the Golden
So
Bachelor.
they got married.
Yeah, they got married on January 4th and divorced April 12th.
Damn.
And they just announced it. Or it was just finalized.
So I think what happens is he wants to look like a good guy. He's probably a fake good guy. He's old. He's single. He gets this girl. They get so much attention from people and notoriety. And the more they're together, the more people care. And the more they go, you're the best. And then that dies down. And then he realizes that I'm only in this because these people, it makes me more famous. And then he's also older. He's like, well, I'm going to die soon. Do I want to stay in this relationship? So in that point, I think it's good to cut it off earlier. But I think that's what happened. I think he's like, I think he had this huge high, and then it's like, once you're off, once you stop being in the papers and stop being people writing about you, no one gives a fuck about a Bachelor from 5 seasons ago. I don't think.
You also called it, I didn't watch that season, but I do know you called it and saying that he wanted to look like the good guy, because from my understanding, his final 2, how they are in the fantasy suites something, not fantasies. Yeah. In fantasy suites. So final 3, he told one of the women, don't worry, basically you're the one, made her believe he was going to choose her. And then he ended up choosing the other woman, which is wild to it's one thing to just leave it kind of a mystery, but to lie to their face instead of just not saying anything and reassuring them in a way that's truthful, you don't have to say all that. You can just say, I really care about you. I'm so glad we made it this far. There's a million other things you can say that are still true and reaffirming then you're the one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's hard. It's a hard situation because we actually watched The Bachelor of the other guy, and he you could tell he wasn't into the deaf girl because of her voice and stuff. And just kidding. But you could tell he just didn't come out and say it, which felt to the viewer, it probably didn't feel as bad in the room, but boy, did it feel horrible
Right, but
watching
like at least she knew going into it. She wasn't blindsided, which to me makes me like he obviously held her in a higher regard than like lying to her.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so much more respectable. And then
Yeah.
and then she knows, and then she's just like, okay, well, I'm here for the show now. Like it's easier to cope than fucking you're so unsure or so blindsided when he doesn't propose.
Yeah. And to your point, the relationship, I'm trying to think of a celebrity relationship. It's not like as like big news anymore. Like when it was like Brangelina and like all that shit. Obviously,
Brangelina.
or what was it?
Brangelina.
Brangelina.
Brangelina is so funny.
Angelad. But like people
Brangelina.
used to like give a fuck about that stuff. Like Affleck getting back with J-Lo is kind of interesting, and now
That's
they're
very
getting
interesting. I also,
divorced again.
I mean, when Brangelina was happening for that long time, that's when Us Weekly was, you know, everybody read it. And I mean, I was very invested in their relationship and their family for a while. Also,
and Aniston being
oh
leaving
yeah,
it.
the Aniston trope. That was a good little side story. And then
I guess like Zendaya and what's his name is like the thing now.
Who's she with? Tom
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
I don't care about them.
Our boy Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
That's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not like big. You know? I'm trying. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
so what do you want?
It was at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They've stayed together. Some of these ones that you think they're going to break up for sure. You know? I don't know. I'm trying to think of one recently where they were just together very quickly. And then it ended. I guess the Matt Healy and fucking Swift was the biggest as of note, right?
Well, they were together in a situationship for like 10 years.
Oh, shit.
I would be so insecure about that as his fiance. I would be like so insecure. She just wrote a whole album about him.
3 albums?
Yeah, and it's true. And that she and him saying like, you're the love of my life, like telling her that and lying to her.
I think it's
and now
nice,
he's engaged to that girl.
I think it's nice. He's with someone that is like seems as superficial as him with fame, where he could just be his shitty self, and she won't call him out because she's also shitty.
It's honestly like just seeing two narcissists together.
Yeah.
It's they don't know what they don't know, you know, but from the outside looking in, you're just like, this is fucking, of course. Like it's you know.
So and what's the third story? Mel prefaced this with that it's very boring. So
No, that was the second one.
I thought that was fine.
Oh.
Okay,
that
cool.
was good. Yeah.
Well, cool. Okay. This Father's Day, Nick Cannon wants to give all 12 of his kids the opportunity to connect with him and give him gifts and all that stuff. He is expecting an array of macaroni necklaces and construction paper cards. He also just had his balls insured for $10 million. If you were Nick Cannon's kid, what would you get him for Father's Day?
Wait, he just had what?
His balls insured.
what does that mean?
Like Taylor Swift has insurance on her legs.
Oh.
Like some rich, famous people when they...
So if something happens to his balls, he gets money?
Yeah.
So he can't have kids anymore?
I didn't know you can insure body parts.
I don't really know how it works, but...
Yeah, I wonder how much his balls are worth now that he has 12 kids. I just feel like he's so spread thin, but he still has a lot of money, but still. There's something like really... like... Nick Cannon is so upfront about having 12 kids where it's it feels like more normal than a guy that has like one extra
kid. He has like
kid.
a breeding kink.
Oh, for sure. He's like King
mean?
Midas or whatever.
How men are like, I spread my seed. Like that's for sure his thing.
Yes.
It's gross.
It is gross, but he's so confident about it that it makes it acceptable.
Well, he's proud of having kids, which who isn't, but...
And he does have enough money, I guess. Too.
You need lotion on your legs. It is so distracting.
My bad.
We just need to I just need to step over to this subject really fast because
Men with lotion?
Men need lotion. Their skin is already more dry and rough than women. And why do you refuse to put it on? What is that with men? What don't you like about lotion?
Well, I think
that
for
you
a
refuse
while
to just fix it.
It was seen as maybe a little bit feminine. to like just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But I think I'm trying to get past that. You know, I do a lot of other things. I just don't lotion my legs. I lotion my face.
He's trying to get past that. And by that, he means I do his skincare routine for him. You don't have to get past anything.
Men recently.
You think if you don't do it, then it's like, oh, I found a loophole.
I just don't. I also don't like. Yes, my legs look a little ashy right now.
A little.
They look.
That is a dustpan.
It looks a little like Chernobyl. I get it, but
that is Pompeii. That's Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah, Pompeii.
That is disgusting.
And maybe I should care because maybe you don't find it sexy, but I don't. For me, aesthetically, it doesn't really fuck with me that much.
Well,
like I don't really notice it. Although, now that you say something, I could use a couple pumps.
A couple.
Yeah, I don't know. I think recently.
Don't you want soft skin?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I think no, I agree. I think men are slowly getting on board with lotion and cleansers.
It's you. Men have been on board.
No, I don't.
Some
think so.
men have been on board.
I don't know. I saw a video recently of girls. There's a lot of women still not using lotion out there.
Yeah, and their skin isn't soft.
I don't know. Maybe lotion. Maybe you build up a tolerance and then you get ashier after.
That's insane. That's an insane. You have no idea how the skin works.
Mm-hmm.
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 Okay. Anyways, so Nick Cannon and spreading his seed.
Yeah.
What do you think about like breeding kinks? Do you see how that could be sexy?
If I had his kind of money, he doesn't ever have to see the kid. And if he like spends more, he's like, I'm gonna do Father's Day. Everyone's like, dude, Nick Cannon, what a fucking good guy. Like his bar of being a good father, it just shows you like to be a good dad.
Yeah.
You have to give up an hour a week.
The bar is much
kid.
lower for men than it is for women.
Because he has a ton of money.
Right.
If he didn't have a ton of money, he would be a deadbeat motherfucking loser who doesn't even give his kids time. But now he could buy his kid a car when it's 16, 12 of them. They're like, wow, Nick Cannon, I get it,
Yeah, I mean, at least he can afford all the kids he's making.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You give him a pass because he has money. If he didn't have money.
Well, yeah, don't have 12 kids and not be able to afford them.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if he knows.
And also, there's women out there like his Bree, the girl from Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
Like, there's women out there who they want a kid. They don't need a guy to like be their man. Like, the baby has a dad. Like, there is women, just like there's women who don't use lotion. There are women.
Yeah, there are women in LA that will have a baby just to cut the fucking child support checks and get more fame off of it.
Yeah, but some women want a baby and don't want a man.
Sure. But a rich man. They want a baby from a rich man.
Yeah, but it's pretty ideal having a guy like you don't have to live with him. He kind of leaves you alone, but is there for your kid.
And then you just have a little toy.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds kind of nice.
But I thought it's about timing. It's not about timing.
Nick Cannon, hit me up.
I love Brenna. She's like, I can't believe that you're talking about timing. And then you're like, you know what? Maybe I could just have a guy come in me so I could have a kid and never talk to him again.
I mean, no, he comes in and out. He's there.
He's there.
I don't know. It kind of sounds nice.
There's less pressure, I guess.
Yeah. And then you can just like have fun with your girlfriends and just do whatever you want. There's not a guy like telling you not to buy $64 mascara.
But you want a kid.
Yeah.
In this scenario.
Yeah. Then when you want to go away, you can drop him off as dad's.
Dad ain't taking him.
Yeah.
Dad has 11 other kids. Dad don't give a fuck. Dad don't even know the kid's name.
Daycare. Call it a daycare. It doesn't matter.
Because you can afford it. Because you got a rich fucking dad. Look, go fucking have a kid with Nick Cannon.
You would love that.
Huh?
You would love those checks.
Yeah. It'd be kind of nice.
Should we call him?
We'll
or should we talk to him?
Maybe we'll be the first couple.
Hey, if anybody out there knows Nick Cannon, let him know.
Yeah. No, you know what? No, fuck that. Fuck you, Nick Cannon.
There's a couple who wants a donor.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to even be seen as a cuck like that.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah. You don't want to bang that anyways, Nick Cannon. Very clumsy. Oh shit. All right. Well, and you don't have skincare tip. We're done with that.
So, maybe every few weeks.
Oh, people liked. Maybe you could just tell them about. I posted a
I've told
video.
them about that.
Oh, okay.
I've already done that.
Brenna's obsessed with Reba.
Oh yeah. All right, for the last 5 minutes, we're gonna talk about how much I fucking love Reba, and
Heart of a survivor.
all right, you wanna know how it goes?
Yeah, sing the whole song.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I want to be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Dude, I think we just got to end with that. Thank you guys for listening. That was fucking beautiful. I tell you, you got to put out TikTok singing. You'll fuck Nick Cannon in no time. Well, you kind of forgot the lyrics for a second, and then I was like, get him, get him, get him. All right, one more time. No, ready? Do him.
Hold on.
You're going to look him up?
No, I'm going to.
A single mom who works 2 jobs, who has red hair and a little bob. All right, here we go. Acapella. This is your big moment.
I'm standing up.
Go ahead. My eyes are closed. I'm really getting into it. What is the breathing? You can't find the lyrics?
Did you know this is a whole song?
Oh, my God.
A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops.
I think you came out too hard there. Try again. Keep it. You got a little too excited, dude. All right, try again.
Wait,
try again. Nick Cannon will not fuck that. Come on. Let's go. Let's get Nick Cannon. And maybe the mic's too close or something. Or too hot.
Okay, do you want to hold it for me? Will you be my mic stand? My fucking shorts. A single mom.
No, it's good. Come on, you got it.
Sing it
I
with
believe
me.
in you.
Sing it
Trust
with
me,
me.
you got it.
Sing it with me.
I will in a second.
A single.
Brenna.
A single mom who.
No. Fucking just take a second.
Okay.
You got this. You're in LA. It's time to get discovered. Just relax. There's not a big deal. We're not even in LA. We live in Florida. We're good. Ready?
A single mom who works. Wait, that was very young. That was very alto.
Here, you want me to?
A single mom who works 2 jobs.
My God.
Who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
All right. Thanks, folks. So, honestly, the first one you realized was a very good take.
Hey!
A single mom who works real hard, who
loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Again,
Dude.
have a great week, guys.
Puddles, puddles. Everybody now puddles. Everybody get up because you get down and then everyone will come over here.